If you believe in God, watch this message. I understand that you feel lost in this place. My kid, the world that shattered you and the one you can't see, yet seem to be standing between each other. Although you've changed, you still don't feel like the person you should be. There's a pause that makes you wonder about everything. I see it, I recognize you. This is a journey, not a punishment. It's the middle, the holy middle, that I do some of my most profound, silent and life-changing work. It's not the conclusion of your tale. Typed 122. If you know God is guiding your steps, you refer to it as quiet, you refer to it as a delay. You refer to it as being stuck. From my vantage point, however, this is holy territory below the surface. Roots are sprouting here, where everything that is fake about you is being shared, where your spirit is relearning to listen to my voice, not to the cacophony of culture or other people's expectations. Long before anybody knew who you were, the voice addressed you by name, the voice that when you were still in the womb communicated a purpose for your existence. The voice that is strong without a stage, without a throne, and without nose, to be genuine. I've been talking quietly while you've been waiting for me to speak out. Additionally, I need that you retune your heart to the frequency of trust. I am aware that this transitional period seems empty, as if the page is blank and the ink has dried. However, I continue to write. The tale never left me, I haven't stopped. Just because you can't see what I'm doing, to affirm your trust in God, type 333 and like this video. Silence is necessary in some passages. Some mending occurs covertly. Isolation is necessary for certain preparation. Not because you're being rejected, but rather because you're being reoriented. I call it planted and you call it buried. And what you believe to be the conclusion of your mission is really only the start of who you are. It's your Saturday between the day of crucifixion and the day of resurrection, the day that nobody talks about, the day when the anguish is genuine, but the miracle hasn't yet materialized. I want you to witness how it affected even my son. The pain lasted until Friday. The glory was on Sunday. On Saturday, however, there was the quiet, the anticipation, the death, and the question, was it all real? We deeply appreciate your support in helping us spread God's message of hope, love, and blessings. If this message has inspired or uplifted you, please consider showing your gratitude by giving a $20 super thanks or your choice. Your contribution helps us continue creating more content that touches lives and brings people closer to God. By clicking the super thanks button below, you are not only supporting our hard work, but also helping to extend God's love to more hearts around the world. Thank you for being part of this mission and for your generous support. And stay healthy, stay happy, and stay blessed, however. What seemed to be nothing on the outside was really the day I reclaimed the keys and broke through the gates of hell. On that day, triumph started to materialize in the invisible realm. You are in a Saturday season, I'm telling you. I haven't finished reading your tale yet. Please don't assume that I'm not there. This quiet is not the same as desertion. I'm nearer than you can imagine. I'm seeing your heart's internal motions. You don't even say your prayers out yet. I know what you're thinking. You ask me things like, God, are you still with me? Did I miss it? Was I too harsh on myself? Have you moved on? My response is consistent and unwavering. I haven't altered my view. Before you even entered this phase of your trip, I was aware of it. I anticipated the letdown. I saw the sorrow. I saw how individuals would leave. The closing of the doors. The way you'd look off into the night and question if you made it up. I witnessed everything. I still picked you, however. I still gave you a call, even so. I left a lasting impression on your soul, and I'll make it come back to life. Type for 144 if you believe God is your protector. You can feel obscured. You could think that other people are now the center of attention. The favor you once strove in may seem to have dried up. However, I want you to know that this concealment is not a sign of rejection. It's defense. I'm keeping you near me, so I may complete what I began without any hindrance. In order to improve your eyesight, I'm taking away the things that diverted you. In order for you to hear my voice once again, I'm muting the noises surrounding you, not by means of filters, not through the cacophony of viewpoints, but by face-to-face interaction. Your moment has not been lost. It's still not too late. You haven't missed what I have in store for you. And what is ahead of you is resurrection, not only continuance. However, I want you to understand what it means to trust me. In the tomb before I revive the dead, while the lights are out to follow me, to accompany me on my stroll when the answers take time to emerge. This isn't a kind of discipline. This is power preparation. There is more to resurrection than just reviving oneself. It's about being something different. Whole, not just healed. Not only operating, but thriving. Commissioned, not simply called. Stay with me, then don't flee from this peaceful area. Do not hurry out of it. Avoid distracting yourself or numbing the pain. Give it time to do its job. Allow it to teach you how to see me in the shadows. I'm present. I was and always have been. You will not only see the next chapter when it's time to flip the page, but you will also comprehend the need of this one. Your name is still spoken by the cross. Even on Saturday, particularly on Saturday, because death was never the topic of this day. It was about holding out for something that death could not provide. Type 555 if you are ready to walk in God's light. You're not stranded, you're not finished. It's not over yet before the change. There is a pause. Before the breakthrough, there is a breath. It's the quiet that precedes the sound of revival. Therefore, don't let hopelessness write what I didn't say. Don't let despair control you. I continue to write, and the splendor of what is ahead will surpass that of your past. Remain steady, continue to observe. Continue to wait, we don't forget you. You're only developing. I understand how difficult it may be to trust again after your heart has been let down so many times. My kid, I am aware of the protective barriers you have put up around yourself, not because you don't want love, but rather because you no longer believe that good things will come. Even if your expectations are lower today, I can still see how you continue to come up and strive to believe. That quiet contains no censure. I get it, however. I also want to reach out to you, not to force you, but to provide an invitation to rekindle faith. Not to impose it, because what I see in you is not a lack of potential or failure. I see a person who's still present. I'm still listening, it's still open. And you don't realize how strong it is. Performance has never impressed me. I'm not impressed with flawlessness. The truth appeals to me. It doesn't have to sound elegant or beautiful. To be honest, the type that appears in late night sighs, queries and murmurs when no one else is there. Even lately you have begged me, God, do you still want me? Considering everything with this lack of direction, this anxiety and this uncertainty. And I want to say it plainly and unequivocally. Yes, I still want you. Not the sanitized one, it's not the best version. The real you is what I desire. The one who has instead misgivings with intense desires. Within complete recovery. Type 666. If you are ready to receive God's abundant blessings, I came to get that one. I'm in love with that one. I still whisper to that person, whether overtly or covertly. You've been taught that before you may approach me once again. You must gather your thoughts, that you must change your perspective, regain your self-control, and regain your strength. Maybe I'll meet you after that. However, I never move that way. I've always taken precedence. I'm always the one to initiate contact. I was getting close to you while you were still far away. I was shielding you while you were still hesitant. Even though you weren't aware of it, I was there to keep you together, soften your heart and safeguard your head. when you were in the process of shutting down, you see your shortcomings as defects. They seem like open doors to me. You are not disqualified because of your need. That's what draws me in. You have never been expected to be strong without me. All I've asked is that you continue to be honest, open, and ready to believe that I haven't changed. I'm not standing aloof from you. It's not far away. All this time I have been bending toward you. And now, I'm calling in this silent void between chapters, with gentleness, not with force, with truth, not with threats. I want you to return not quite, not under any restrictions, in full freely. Just like you are, I still find joy in you. And I want to reiterate it to you. I continue to celebrate the person you are growing into, even in the chaotic aspects of your path. I see beauty. I'm not dissatisfied with your procedure in it. I'm present. I'm not waiting for you to figure everything out. As long as it's not over, I'm walking with you. And your shoulders wouldn't be burdened with shame if you could only see what I see in you. You would no longer look back with regret. You'd start breathing again, not because everything is obvious, but because you would at last accept that your performance has no bearing on my affection. Type 777 if you are ready for God's favor in your life. When you see others, you may think they must be more qualified, more spiritual, more ready for what I am doing next. But I didn't use comparison to call you. I purposely called you. You're not running late. You're not in the rear. You're not left out. I still have the time of your life in my hands. And I am aware of all that has happened. My heavenly maps, coordinates, still include what seems to be a detour. I utilized what you believe to be a delay as a design, and I'm asking you to trust me once again, not only with the result, but also with the process. This is not a must, it's a doorway back to intimacy, simplicity, and dialogue, into the type of connection that doesn't need a stage or an ideal setting. It's just a heart that says, God, I'm still here and I want to know you again. Everything starts to shift at that point, through surrender, not through effort. I am aware that giving up seems frightening. It seems risky, however. What you're giving up isn't punishment. You're giving yourself up to presence. You're entering a peaceful environment in exchange for the actuality of my direction. You are relinquishing the appearance of control. And everything starts to soften once again. When you do that, your heart, your idea, your want. So here I am, there is no pressure. No plans. A father only calls his kid a creator. Just reaching for his creation. No rules, just a king granting rest. I'm not requesting assurances. Performance is not something I am waiting on. I just want you here. Allow me to speak to you once again via silence. My word and times you used to ignore. Allow me to accompany you, not in a hypothetical sense, but in actuality. If you feel God's peace, type 888 and share this video with others. You were never alone in that hospital room. Let me remind you, the kitchen was deserted that collapsed late at night. I was present, I was always, and I shall remain forever. It's not about what you've lost right now. It has to do with what I'm repairing. And I create fresh out of what I repair. So get closer, you're not that far away. It's still not too late. You haven't lost your opportunity. You're almost ready to go back. And I'm still waiting here joyfully, not with condemnation. Please subscribe to support our channel and turn on bell notification.